Hello, my friend. This is Brian Tracy. Let me explain why PreStrategy is necessary. What do you do when everything in your business is working, but nothing is really landing? Not when something is broken, but when the team is failing. When everything is in place, the goals are clear, the execution is strong, the numbers look fine, and still, something is off. You are moving, but not advancing. This is not an execution problem, and that is where most people get it wrong. They assume if the result is not there, we need to improve execution. So they do more planning, more control, more optimization. But the issue is not inside the system. The issue is the shape of the business itself. Every business operates inside a structure, not the strategy, not the product, the structure of how the work exists, how it is delivered, how it connects to the market, and that structure can reach its limit. Let me give you a simple example. Kodak's purpose was clearer: help people capture memories. Their structure was also clearer: film, processing, physical photos. For years, that structure worked perfectly. They improved it constantly. Better film, better, faster processing, wider distribution. Everything improved. But then something changed. People no longer wanted to wait. They wanted the image immediately, on a screen, not on paper. At that moment, the purpose stayed the same, but the structure no longer matched reality. And here's what happened. Kodak kept improving the old structure, more quality, more efficiency, but the connection was already gone. The market had moved to a different form, and Kodak was optimizing something the market no longer needed. This is what a limit looks like: not failure, misalignment. And no amount of better execution could fix it. This is the problem PreStrategy addresses. For many years, this was not something you could say professionally. You could talk about strategy, you could talk about execution, but you could not say the structure itself is the problem. Now you can. PreStrategy gives you a way to examine the business before you try to improve it, to ask a different question. Not, how do we do this better, but does this still make sense at all? That is a different level of thinking. It allows you to separate two things that are often confused: your purpose and your method, what you are trying to achieve, and how you are currently doing it. When those two become fused, real development stops. So the company keeps optimizing, and optimization inside a finished structure is just a slower way of decline. This is also where investors make mistakes. The numbers look strong, the growth is there, but the structure is already exhausted. And no standard analysis asks that question. PreStrategy introduces that question. Is the structure still viable? If it is not, nothing inside it will fix the problem. And here's the key point. Sometimes the correct professional move is not to act, it is to stop, not to give up, not to retreat, but to interrupt automatic action and examine the structure itself. If you recognize this situation, when everything is working, but nothing is landing, this is not a performance issue, it is a structural signal. And PreStrategy is designed to explain exactly why. As a foundational contributor to the PreStrategy discipline, I can tell you this. At the moment the structure no longer fits the reality, execution stops producing results.